So should you rent or should you buy that furnace and AC unit? Renting a furnace and an AC unit can be a practical solution for some homeowners, but it also comes with advantages and disadvantages. Today, we're tackling a big decision many homeowners face, especially when the equipment breaks down or when you're buying a brand new home. So the big question is, should you rent or should you buy that furnace and AC unit? These components are essential pieces of equipment for comfort and daily living, but they also represent a significant cost. Renting might seem very appealing with its low upfront cost, but is it the best financial move in the long run? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the pros and cons of renting or buying these major home appliances so you can make a more informed decision. So what does renting mean in this context? Unlike buying outright or financing when you rent a furnace, your AC, you're essentially paying a monthly fee to a company for the use of the equipment. They own it, they install it, and they are typically responsible for its maintenance and repairs during the duration of this contract. The negative thing is that you will never stop paying for this rental. Think of it as leasing a car versus buying one. You get the benefit of using the item without a large initial purchase price, but you don't build equity and you'll be paying for as long as you have this agreement for your furnace and or your AC unit. The first thing we're going to be talking about is the pros of renting a furnace and an AC unit. The big thing is there are no upfront costs. Renting eliminates the need for a large upfront investment, making it a lot easier on your budget when things happen. Number two is maintenance and repairs. Most of the rental agreements include regular maintenance and repairs, which can save you money and hassle in the long run. The other thing is the flexibility. Renting allows you to upgrade to newer, more efficient models without the commitment of ownership. The other thing is peace of mind. Knowing that you have professional support for maintenance and repairs can provide you with peace of mind, knowing that if something does happen, they will be there to take care of it, to replace it, to fix it. The other thing is the energy efficiency. Rental companies will often provide energy efficient models, which can help reduce your utility bills on a monthly basis. The next thing we're talking about are the cons of renting a furnace and an AC unit. The long-term cost is something to really consider before you start renting these equipment. Over time, the cumulative cost of renting can actually exceed the cost of purchasing it outright. So make sure you do your calculations before doing any kind of big decision. The other thing is the contract terms. Rental contracts can be very lengthy and may include penalties for early termination, or sometimes there are other restrictive clauses in there. So make sure you read that contract very carefully and know what you're signing before you sign. The other thing is the limited ownership. You do not own the equipment, which means you cannot sell it or take it with you if you're moving. The other item is potentially hidden fees. Some rental agreements may include hidden fees or charges that can add up over time. Again, go back, make sure you read that contract so you know exactly what you're signing up for. The other thing is the dependency on the rental company. You are dependent on the rental company for maintenance and repairs, which may not always be timely or convenient. If in the contract you have to hire that company to come do the maintenance on it, you have no other choice. You have to use that company. The other thing that will potentially come up is the issue of when you're trying to sell your property. In my experience, the buyers do not really want to take over a rental contract for a furnace and an AC unit. So what they'll probably want you to do is buy it out before they take possession. So make sure that you know exactly what your penalty or your buyout is, because this can sometimes add a lot more money in your cost for selling your property. This is something that sometimes people don't think of. Like, no, I'm going to be here forever. Somebody else is going to take over the rental contract. Be aware that in today's market, we see a lot of buyers that just want the sellers to buy out the contract. So when they move into the property, they don't have that extra monthly cost of the furnace and the AC unit. So now we are getting into the pros of buying a furnace and an AC unit instead of renting it. The first thing is obviously the ownership. You own the equipment, which can be a valuable asset and may increase the value of the home if you're trying to sell. If you're trying to sell your home, you have a brand new furnace, a brand new AC unit, this is something that buyers will inquire and ask. And if you do have a brand new unit that is owned by you, it definitely adds value to your property. The other thing is the long-term savings. Over time, buying can be a lot more cost-effective than renting, especially if you plan to stay in your home for a long period of time. Make sure you sit down, you calculate if you're in your home for the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, what is the cost of buying it, owning it, and renting it? Make sure you make that comparison because you can be very surprised. The other thing is the flexibility in the maintenance of your equipment. You have the freedom to choose your own maintenance and repair services, which can be more convenient and potentially less expensive because you can shop around. If you have a good recommendation of companies that can service your furnace, your AC, this is something that gives you the freedom to choose whoever you want to come and do the maintenance of your equipment. The other thing is the potential for warranties. Many brand new units come with manufacturer warranties that can cover repairs and maintenance for a certain period of time. So make sure when you're shopping around, when you're looking to buy your furnace, your AC unit, you know exactly what the standard warranty is and see if there's potentially an extended warranty that you can purchase over and above the equipment, because then if you have that warranty, you know that anything that can happen to it will be taken care of by that warranty. Here are some of the cons of actually buying a furnace and an AC unit. The first one, the obvious one, is the upfront cost. Purchasing a brand new furnace, a brand new AC unit requires a significant upfront investment, which may not always be feasible for everyone. So this is the cost of the furnace. The AC unit can be quite costly. So this is one of the major cons of actually buying your furnace and AC unit. The other thing is the maintenance responsibility. So you are responsible for all maintenance and all repair costs, which can add up over time. This is why when you're looking to buy a furnace, make sure you take a look at the warranty and the extended warranty, because this can definitely add up. The other thing is the depreciation of your furnace and AC. Like any asset, the value of it will depreciate over time. So if you're trying to sell your house that has a 15, 20-year-old furnace, people will know the age of your furnace and AC, because this is one of the questions that the buyers will ask for. They want to know the age of the furnace, the age of the roof, the age of the windows. If you have an old furnace, this is something that will potentially decrease the value of your property. The other thing you have to think of is the obsolescence of your equipment. Technology advances so quickly and your unit may become outdated before you are ready to replace it. So this is something that you need to keep an eye out if you're actually buying your equipment. Another thing that we're seeing right now is we are seeing builders actually having rented furnace, AC units in their homes when they're selling a brand new property. What's been going on is that the builders are trying to compete with their pricing. So what happens is that if they don't have to buy the furnace, the AC unit, and they rent it out, which means that the actual purchase price of the property is a little bit lower, it makes it more attractive as a buyer. But make sure that when you're buying a brand new home, you are aware that you're either buying the furnace and the AC unit or you're renting it. Find out what the contract is, what the monthly fees are, what the buyout is, because this is something that is a major component of the home. Although the price of the house might look a little bit better because it's cheaper, but you have to make sure that your furnace, your AC unit are either included in there, and if they're not and you have to rent, find out what the contract is, the cost, and the buyout of it. So at the end of the day, the decision to rent or buy a furnace or an AC unit really depends on your individual circumstances, including your budget, your long-term plans, your personal preference. It's really important to weigh the pros and cons very carefully, know what you're getting yourself into before making that decision. Even if a rental is so much easier, so much cheaper in the onset, but at the end of the day, if you do the calculation, it might not be beneficial to you if you're planning on keeping your home for a very long time. At the end of the day, the decision to rent or buy a furnace, an AC unit, really depends on your individual circumstances, including your budget, your long-term plans, and also your personal preference. It's important to really weigh in all the pros, all the cons very carefully so you can actually make a very informed decision before it's too late. So if you like this video, make sure you like it. You feel free to share it. But in the meantime, if you have any questions on buying a house, selling a house, renting a furnace, buying a furnace or an AC unit, make sure to give me a quick call, or you can always email me at jeanricher@jeanricher.com. Merci beaucoup et bonne journée.